Welcome, Angela. Thank you for your interest in this job. My name is Camilo Andresuta, and today I'm going to be your interviewer. So, first, I would like to know you first. What can you tell me about yourself?
Well, hello, Camilo. About myself, I'm a very responsible and creative person. I really like the music. I actually write a lot of poetry, and I really like the English language. Right now, I'm in a school working as a supporting the teachers there, and I really like the environment of the classes. I really enjoy the classroom, and I think that we can learn from the students too. So I think another thing about myself is a very I really love people. I love people a lot, and I really enjoy the schools. So it will be nice to have this job.
Okay, so you are like an English assistant
Yeah,
or the main teacher?
no, like just like an assistant could be, yes.
Okay, that's great. Where do you currently live in?
Well, I currently live in Bogota, Colombia.
Okay. Will you be living here for more years? Or do you plan to move in?
Oh, I hope no. I just want to leave Colombia. It's a really this country has a lack of opportunities and most for the teachers. So we don't earn too much here. So I really interested in the money. So I for my side I the money is very important. So I just hope finish my studies here and just leave.
Okay, so currently you don't want to move in, but if you have the opportunity to go to another place, you will do it.
No, contrary. I don't want to stay here in Bogota, Colombia. When I finish my studies, I will leave.
Okay, as soon as you finish your studies, you will leave.
Yes, I hope that maybe in 2, 3 years.
Okay. I ask you that because for this job, we need you to stay in Bogota. But maybe you have to, we need you to move to another institute if we decided to work with you.
Oh yes, I'm very flexible with that.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Digging into your CV, I see that you had worked as an artist and you consider yourself as a leader. Will you be able to teach scenic arts to the students too? And what can you tell me about that experience?
Yes, of course, I'm glad to respond that question. So in this case, yes, I actually studied theater. So it was a really spectacular experience for me. There, I just knew myself, my true self. So it was a very important and wonderful experience studying arts, and I think through the art we can teach a better. Well, we can teach in a better way. So it's very important to include the art in the learning process because it's a way to express ourselves. So it's very important the art for the students.
No, okay, so what I understand is that you want to mix art with English learning.
Yes, actually, the arts can mix with any type of course because through the art, the students can learn in a possibly way, and that could lead to a significant learning. So it is very important for any human being, the art.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Um, what motivates you to teach with our institute?
Okay, well, in that case, I'm really motivated. Uh, having in mind the arts because I want to include this kind of method in the in the learning process, because as I told you before, it's a way to express. So students today cannot express. I actually the teachers of today still manage the old way to learn. So we need to change that. To do it, we need to implement the art. The art in every course is very important.
Yes, students nowadays they are really afraid of showing what they know
Yes,
because maybe the technology tell them that they are wrong and they don't have the opportunity to talk.
yes, the teacher limits so much the students.
Yes, also because of that. That's why we are looking for new teachers, younger teachers that maybe can change the and break the same old traditional teaching method.
Yes, of course.
Uh, okay, when will you have finished studying? When will you have finished studying? Because this job required to be there on the half of the next year.
Yes, of course. Well, let me verify. I will. Well, mm, in 2 3 years time, I'll have graduated from the university. So could be 2 3 years time.
Okay, so on the half of the next year, you will be studying, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, okay, okay. So now I'm going to tell you the context where you will be working with, and I'm gonna ask you something. So we work with students from around the country because we use technology as our main strength. We want to connect with people who want to study, but they are far from the city. That means people maybe from towns, um, from places where maybe the internet connection is not the best. But we ask the teachers to move to Bogota because here we have all the supplies that they require to do an excellent job. Um, I can see, I'm watching that you know how to use the office programs. But what about other technological skills? What can you tell me about that?
Okay. Well, that that skill about the technological programs or of the office programs is very limited. I manage them, but not like in a professional way, because I actually don't like the technological environment for students. I prefer the contact. I prefer teaching in the real life, because with that way I can connect with the students, and I can feel better teaching that way. And I guess I know that students prefers that way because it's all about connections.
Okay, so you prefer, but I mean, you prefer to use technology not to teach, but maybe to get in contact with people could be a yes.
No, I prefer teach real, face to face, because I prefer the connections between two people. The like the love, like teaching that way, the support, that kind of connection, the real connection
Oh,
between two people.
okay, so you prefer to give classes face to face rather than using maybe Skype or Teams.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, of course.
Okay, okay, got it. Now, tell me in what way have you been informed of what we do in this institution, and what is your opinion of the teacher selection process?
Okay, I saw this offered um, in internet. So I just apply because it was really interesting for my side, because you can give us like to prepare our own methods to learn to teach. So I guess about the teacher selection process, I well, from my side, this way is it's okay because you are asking me a lot of things about well myself, my teaching process or learning process, and it's very interesting. So it is okay for me. So that's it.
Okay, now I'm gonna give you a case. What would you do if you have a student that don't like English at all because maybe of their last teachers they were old-fashioned and keep using the same method. The student says that he likes to have fun and to use technology. How would you get catch the attention of that student?
Well, I will manage this case in the way that try to close the days to that student and try to know his purpose related with the English. I mean, we need first to know why students wants to know English. If it's because they want to, or the parents want to, we need to know first the well what is the why the student wants to learn English. So since there I will ask the student what are your expectations with the English, if you really like the English, and why you want to learn English language. That way I can prepare a different strategy to teach the English and include and invest and will try to use technology. In that case I need to maybe search for information of how to use the technology in the teaching process. But first of all, we need to first know why the student wants to learn English. If the student definitely doesn't want to learn English, we cannot force him or her. We cannot do that.
Okay, so basically you first make like a first contact where you know the reasons for the student to learn English, and maybe if he or she doesn't want to learn, you won't like obligate
Or
them to study. Yes.
yes, that's correct. Yes, because we cannot force kids or people to learn something that they don't want to learn. I can explain the student like, well, English is very important because you will have a lot of opportunities here in Bogota, Colombia, here in Colombia actually, here in Latin America. But if the student definitely, I don't want to learn English. I didn't like this language. I prefer, I don't know, French, German. I will not force that students to learn something that he doesn't want to learn.
Yes, that's true. But well, now talking about you, each person is different in many ways for many reasons. What makes you different from the other teachers that are seeking this job?
Yes, of course. I'm not a teacher who forces someone to learn something. If the student wants to learn something, he will do. But if he doesn't want to, he will not. So that's why I'm different from the other one, because I'm not going to just force the student and put limits of you have to learn this because you have to, because you must to learn it. No, any people, any person, um, doesn't have to must do something or learn something. Is from each person learn something that they want to. So I and another thing that makes me different from the other teachers is that I use art, and the art is very motivating for the students.
Okay, so what you mean is that what makes you different is from the other teachers is that you You are not looking for the money. You don't want to just put the kid in a chair, give the lesson, and if the student learn, it's okay. And if he maybe doesn't want to learn, it's also okay. So you want to have a really pure interest in learning English.
Yes, it is called significative learning.
Okay, okay. As human beings, we are not perfect. What can you tell me about the pros and the cons of hearing you?
Okay, well, if you hire me, the pros is that I'm a very giveful person, so I will always be there for the students as a support. I don't yes, as a support, like an student too, saying that way. I will be always there trying to do my best to students learn. And the cons is that in any way I will accept some bad behaviors from other teachers. I mean, like yelling the students or saying bad words to students or limit the students for sprays. I don't. I mean, like no. I will. I in between teachers and students, I will always put students first for
Okay,
ethical reasons.
okay, okay. As you told me, you know that this profession is not well paid here in the country. Uh, but just imagine, what will be your salary expectations?
Okay, yes, that's a very good question. So, well, indeed, in that case, well, right now I'm working with in a call center, so I'm earning like 4 million. So that will be my salary. I will
So,
not loan that salary.
okay, so you want to earn the same or much more money?
If it's possible, much more, of course.
Okay, okay. Finally, if we hire you, we contract you, and the salary is the one that you want, will you be with us for a long time? I told you this because we like to keep working with excellent teachers, and we don't want that maybe you work with us a half of a year and then you leave without any reason.
Okay, yes. Well, in that case, it's the way that I develop in the institute. I first need to, um, like, be there in the institute, knowing the teachers, knowing the strategies or the methods that the institute manage. I need to know the students, all of that, and with all that experience, I will take a choice. I will make a choice if I stay or if not. But I need first knowing that environment to know if I want to stay or not.
Okay, and how much time it takes you to recognize that if you want to keep, to stay, or to go?
Okay, yes, I think that approximately 6 months could be.
Okay, so if we hire you, you will be with us 6 months, and then you tell us if you want to continue or if you want to go.
Yes, of course, because I need to know the environment and how the classes are managed. So I know that I can implement my own strategies and methods and establish that connection with the environment and the students and teachers.
Okay, thank you so much, Angela. Uh, we will calling you the next week. If we don't call you, thank you so much. But if we call you, we can start the process.
Okay, Camilo, thank you so much for seeing me. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.